Hello, we're jumping in with a video. Way back in my fourth video, I reviewed this little fella, which I called a knockoff Psykill. Not necessarily Psykill himself, but the transformation very, very much so. And he's quite cute, he's quite endearing, and I quite like this guy. Now, when I got my Disadvantage Maximus, who's over there, when I found him, I picked one more thing up. They had this thing, Disadvantage Maximus, they also had in red. And my dog's clattering around. They had Disadvantage Maximus in red, but then I bought this other thing. I think they had a red and a blue version. But I thought, no, let's go for something a little bit different. That is to say, this guy. With a lovely green. My lighting's not showing it. It might show better in the video, which they tend to do. But this is a very, very green. This is like the most grass green you've ever seen in your life. Green. And you might be able to tell from here, but it's, with some refinements, the same as this. It is a bigger version. This is probably the original, and this is a knockoff of this. So, there you go. It's quite pretty, actually. Yeah, all the paint's quite nice. Everything's in there. It all does its job. Doesn't roll very well, but I've probably not got the wheels down far enough or something like that. Kinda rolls now. This one does actually come with a gun, which doesn't peg in anywhere. I just sort of wedged it in there to see if it'd stay. Unlike this one's little hairdryer, but you know. So it comes with a little gun, which I'm sure I've seen on something else before. It's one of those generic weapons you get with these sort of guys, but yeah, it's not bad. And for a size comparison, Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise RC. Why did I was going to say Starscream? Ignore me. So he's what, Voyager-ish, something like that. And just because I picked her up and I went a little bit crazy with it while I was at it. No, I've dropped everything. I picked up some more biker bots while I was at it. I've already had these guys, it's not like I went and bought them especially for this review. But I just thought, just show you the scale. There we go. That's going to be the important one. I'll leave her over there. And on with the review. Now, this guy transforms. And he transforms much the same as this guy, but with a couple of twists. And now I'm trying to remember what you've got to do. What you've got to do. I believe wriggling this section first, at least first, is the first step. This canopy section looks like the one on this one. It sort of holds this shell together, so I'm just wriggling that loose. Now I'm going to untab this piece here to split the two shell pieces. Aha! Split them, and they actually tab into the legs there. I think they do on this one as well, I can't remember. So I'm just going to untab that while I'm at it. Aha! And just fold those back out of the way for now. And then we unfix this from the hands. See what I said? Very G1 Psykill, yeah? Undo that. And then you separate the legs. And this is quite an interesting one. The feet actually turn around. So you turn them around on a ball joint. There you go. Whereas this one's are just fixed like that. These actually turn around. And this one turns around and the wheel's attached to it. So it's always attached, which is quite nice. Then you can bring this up. I'll worry about that in a bit, to be honest with you. And you can bring this up if you want. It doesn't really do anything except for just like sit as a hat. fold it back. You can bring these out wherever you want as wings. On the instructions, because I've left the box over there because I'm an idiot, it does actually say you just basically use them as wings, and this you can fold up wherever you want. And you got this, at which point you twist the hands. Come on. Yeah. Full disclosure, I actually broke this thing twice the first time I was thinking of reviewing it. I actually broke it twice. I snapped off that peg there, which I've had to drill, peg and glue. And I snapped off this ball joint. And I snapped off this ball joint because this has clearly got like a thumb part, this raised bit here, and then fingers in there. But they put them on the opposite sides. So in trying to pop the first one out to swap them, I just sheared the ball joint straight off. So that has been glued a lot and filed down quite a lot so that it doesn't snap off in there again. I'm still a bit cautious of it, but there you go. And you get this guy. And I'll say it now before anyone else gets a chance to. The ball joints are just not up to it. I've tried tightening them, but because I can't pop them off, I can't super glue coat them. Because trying to pop them off is what snapped some of these ball joints off. So I can't pop them off, I can't coat them in super glue, and then let it dry and put them back together, which would be much tighter. I had to floor polish it, but it's just not. It's not having it, which is a shame. And this tyre, you'd have thought it'd just go into there, but it's actually slightly too big. It doesn't quite go in. So what I've done is I've just about filed down the top of this. I've sort of scraped it down a bit, and I think I tried to open this up slightly. So now this will just about peg in there. And I mean just. Compared to that one, it's just so I don't lose it. That's all it's for. And so you also give him the gun. There you go. And he looks pretty good. He does. He actually looks pretty good. Transform this one quickly. I won't worry about the wheels on this one because, you know. The head. That does have into legs. I thought it did. Again, I'm not going to worry about the wheels for now. I'm just going to put them off to one side. Just want to. Oh, you stupid thing. So, roughly speaking, they're about the same. Missing some paint, but they are pretty much literally the same. Except this one's got a weird head on this weird sort of double hinge-ish thing. And this one's got the obligatory bumblebee head, because every knockoff robot has now got to have a bumblebee head. Which is a shame. But yeah, they are very similar. Very similar. And for size comparison, because I brought her over. Aha! Because now you've got a scale of both things with roughly the same figure. And yeah, he's about Voyager scale. He's pretty big. He's not Disadvantage Maximus big, but yeah, he's pretty much a Voyager. Or a very small... Very small Voyager? No. He's either a Voyager or one of those old school massive deluxes. But yeah, he's quite fun. I like her. You can do whatever you want with the wings. You can, because they're on ball joints, you can do what you want. You can spin them around this way. You can do pretty much whatever you want. This you can only bring up so far. You can leave it down if you want. Pardon me. Leave it down if you want. It makes very little difference. And again, if I can get to it without everything getting in the way, you can bring this down as a hat. Have a hat. Because why not? He's quite fun. He is. He's actually quite fun. So bow to the camera. Oh. One good thing about loose ball joints, I can make a bow joke. Yay! Yeah, he's kind of dorky, he's kind of silly, but you know what? That's what knockoffs are supposed to be, and I like that. And he also comes with, although it's a generic stock gun these guys get, it's actually quite a cool one. And I dare say, if you wanted to, you could probably just about get him to double, to hold this peg at the front as well, but whatever. Frankly, whatever. So, is he actually standing on his own? He is. Well done, you. I'm proud of you. So, I should be ugly, I should be wretched, and I'm trying not to knock him over. I'll see all of you in the next one. Bye-bye now. You'll come back now, you hear?